Mm-hmm. 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 Oh, hello there, Site 42 staff and those from the Greater SCP Foundation. Welcome to another Dr. Sherman's Office Hours, a subsidiary of the Anomalous broadcasts from Site 42. We are here for a standard office hours today. 3 hours. It is 4 o'clock my time, so 3 hours is the length of our office hours. On top of which, hello to Sheeny, Amber, Edward, Junior Researcher Sally, Zirdarin, Junior Researcher Alex, and Sonic SCDPM. Thank you all for being in the chat, and thank you for being members. Meanwhile, Reptile King, Bill Cipher, and that one animator, welcome to the chat just for being you. As always, I am here to answer your SCP Foundation-related queries, whether that be education on the SCP Foundation staff members, anomalies in containment, containment protocols, and or other sorts of universal questions, the meaning of life and all, whatever you guys need. I'm here to answer your questions. So, let us begin. Oh, right off the bat, the tree. Thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well. Make sure grab yourself a cup of hot cocoa on your way past the commissary. You should address the treecism allegations. Listen, this is particularly specious of an allegation. I am not treecist. I've never been treecist. I like a nice long walk through the redwoods. No one can deny that about me. I am a nature guy. Actually, I'm much more of a urbanite, but I do enjoy nature from time to time. I have been camping and fishing, and I did enjoy myself. It is just one particular tree that is an asshole. And that tree, SCP-4521, will scream. I have nothing against normal trees. It's just this one tree that is a douche. And once it screams, we'll be cool. Once it screams, we'll be buddies. I'll be its best friend if it screams. Is that what you want, 4521? Do I need to be friends with you? I will bring a sleeping bag over to your house in containment cell. We will have a sleepover watching Disney movies until 4 in the morning, if that's what it takes to get you to scream. So, treecism allegations, ridiculous. I think on its face. The tree, thank you for donating again. I'm not a treecist, I have tree friends. Okay, buddy. See? You get me. You get me. You're on the same page. It's great. Off-topic news, as you listen to quite a bit of music, Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys has passed. Son of a gun! Huh. Well, now I need to change the song I'm singing at the end of stream in the credits. There we go. Set for later. Oh, too bright though. What a shame. I'm about to crash out on this phone. Holy shit, I'm down for sleepovers, however. Look, if we have a group sleepover and 4521 screams, everybody there is getting root beer floats. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, that seems like an ample celebration for such a momentous occasion. Is there an SCP that can copy other anomalies? Desk, are you familiar with any anomalies that can reproduce other anomalies' anomalous abilities? I'm not certain we have one of those. SCPs that copy other anomalies. Those can copy appearances. Coming. That seems like a pretty simple concept. Like, being able to steal other people's abilities is a very common anomaly in fiction. That being said, I don't know that we have many beyond, say, 682, which is adapting and sometimes can utilize the anomalies of others during its adaptations, but I can't think of any other anomaly that does something like that. Maybe it's just because there hasn't been a fun way to write a story about that, or maybe, you know, there are over 9,000 anomalies on the wiki, and so I don't know every single one of them. Maybe they exist somewhere. The tree. Shit, man, I'll scream for a root beer float. Ah! Oh, if only you weren't the tree, but you were SCP-4521. All of my dreams could have come true at this exact moment. How did you contain SCP-3812? Well, Smallish Games, that would be easy enough for you to check on your own by looking at the SCP database. After all, it always starts with special containment procedures. Absolutely not standard containment procedures. They have to be special because these are anomalies. But let's say, for the sake of argument, that I'm here in office hours and I want to do your homework for you. So I go to look at SCP-3812. Special containment procedures. It is object class Keter, obviously. SCP-3812 is currently only partially contained. Footnote. Due to SCP-3812's nature, any attempt to contain it will invariably lead to failure, and despite quarantine efforts and ongoing research, the classification of Keter is essentially meaningless. At any point, for any reason, SCP-3812 could not only breach containment on a global scale, but also cause potentially catastrophic damage to the Earth and local reality. The extent of SCP-3812's capabilities are unknown, and further research is required. However, pending reassessment by the Foundation Classification Committee, SCP-3812 will continue to be classified as Keter until further notice. See containment proposal brief below for more information. So, how do we contain SCP-3812? We don't, pretty much. Where's that containment proposal? Interview, classified, alteration events, suppression, end of world event. Yeah, we don't have much in the successful classification of an anomaly that can exist at a realm above ours that makes it the author of our universe. That is pretty outside our capabilities. Josh, hey Dr. Sherman, I just got here. How long left? You arrived 8 minutes into stream, so we have 2 hours and 52 minutes left in stream. We're just getting started. Meanwhile, SCP-4521, oh my god. You changed your name really quickly. So, unfortunately for you, now, if you want to swap what I offered you to get to the commissary, if you want to go get a root beer float, go right ahead. That's on me. But obviously you can't rename yourself to SCP-4521 and be the SCP-4521. Because the tree that I have in containment in my universe hasn't screamed. Even if you are the SCP-4521 in another universe, that doesn't quell my need to make my 4521 scream. Dr. Sherman, what if you teach the tree to scream? Well, it hasn't seemed to help so far. What first got you interested in working for the Foundation? Well, where did your question go? I was going to say your name, and thank you. But your name disappeared, so I don't know who I'm talking to right now. Mysterious person whose name I can't find anywhere. I do not remember how I got hired at the Foundation, due to either multiple amnestizations over time or an initial amnestization when I was brought on. I don't remember how I got here. I just know that I'm damn good at my job, and that's why they keep me around. SCP-4521 in your universe. Give me the ice cream grr. Thank you for donating again. That's pretty funny. I told you, go to the commissary. You can have it. Still does not quell my need for this exact iteration of SCP-4521 to scream. You cannot usurp my tree. Thank you. YouTube won't let me buy a super chat. Heartbroken. I just want to ask if there's an anomalous alcohol like the anomalous weed. So first of all, Andy, remember, even if you can't donate at all to Site42, I still try to answer white name questions as we go in between the donations. And as long as you are liking, sharing, watching, subscribing, doing all that YouTube business, you are helping SCP Site42 to grow and signal boost the SCP community in general, and specifically SCP films and games and artists, so that the whole community can grow alongside us. We're taking it to the top, people. So, you are a member of Mobile Task Force Sci-42, codename Signal Boosters regardless, and we appreciate your service as long as you're here. Now, if you do want to donate directly, but YouTube won't let you for some reason, you can also do a direct donation through our Ko-Fi. The support link is in the description of our videos, and you can go to the Ko-Fi and donate that way as well. That's another way you can help us out that isn't through YouTube, as well as becoming a patron, if that's the route you want to go. What's with the magical oh, and you asked about anomalous alcohol. So there's a ton of anomalous alcohol. The problem is it's not all good for you. SCP-420 is an anomalous whiskey, an infinite bottle of whiskey that gives you crazy skin cancer, right, and then kills you. So don't drink that. And then there's also the SCP Champagne that we talked about a couple streams ago. And the SCP Champagne, SCP-3303, codename Champagne Supernova, is a time dilation champagne. When you drink it, it makes time go faster in your area so that your party can go for 3 weeks straight, but when you come out, it's only been a day. It is very fun at parties. So, yeah. There's only so many bottles that we have access to. We have to purchase it from Marshall, Carter, and Dark. But for special occasions, we bust out the 3303. And yes, that's not the only anomalous alcohol. There's a bunch more, but you have to go look up those yourself at that point. It'll be under the liquid tag. I wish there was specifically an alcohol tag, but that's the best we can do. I'm just checking for alcohol real quick. Nope, it stops at alchemy department. All right, so unfortunately it's not that easy to find, but you'll find it. Look up SCP beer, look up SCP whiskey, look up SCP vodka. You'll find a bunch, I'm sure. What's with the magical chinchilla for your YouTube live? Sky Trooper, excellent question. I'm so glad you asked because I did want to talk about this. Right now, if you follow Site42 specifically on Twitter, you will see a retweet of the art from the thumbnail of this stream, which is of SCP-3086, George the Chinchilla, or what it's actually titled, Death of the Author, etc. Now, on Twitter, there's this pixel artist who just started making art of different SCPs. Really cool art. They're 049, they're 682, they did 169, the Leviathan. They've done a bunch of SCP pixel arts, and they're all super detailed and neat. The 049 has crazy, like, shredder spiked shoulder pads going on. It's super cool. But they opened up commissions last night, And I jumped in their DMs in an instant and was like, hey, I like your SCP art. Let me pay you for some more. And I had them follow, I had them do the first SCP I ever wrote, which is SCP-3086. And, Desk, thank you for putting a link in the chat. Appreciate it. And so they did this commission, this beautiful artwork, over the course of last night to this morning. I went to sleep and woke up with that art being done. So they are crazy fast. I'm going to be honest, they're not charging enough for their commissions. I like to support artists. And so when they asked for what they did, I ended up giving them 50% more as a tip because they need to value their art more. But for now, go get some art done by them, help support an artist who's getting into SCP, help motivate them to stick with us so we get more cool SCP art. And their name is Eden Pixel on Twitter. Desk just shared a link. I'm going to pin it for a little bit while it's part of the conversation. But follow them on Twitter and get a commission if you can afford it because they're doing it hella cheap. I suggest giving them more money if you can afford it because they're very good. Okay, rant over. Thank you for asking about that subject because I did want to talk about this cool SCP artist who made a cool art, and that's why the thumbnail is 3086 because, ooh, it's a beautiful photo. Now, Sherman the Red-Nosed Doctor had a really shiny nose. Listen here. I have Irish blood in me. When I get excited, I rouge up like a tomato. I come to terms with this, and you're going to too. And I will lead Santa's sleigh until until Chowder Clef wins his eternal war with Santa Claus. Okay, I have a line of donations catching up. I need to go through them real quick. Jonathan, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself some Bailey's Irish Cream on the way past the commissary. And yes, I did see you, Jonathan, in the chat. Do not get Bailey's Santa. Bailey's. Both because it's a really gross hobo Santa, and the Baileys that are its bodily fluids will turn your bodily fluids into Baileys, and you'll die. It fits the anomalous alcohol question we had a little bit ago. So, man, you guys are really on task with the conversation topics today. I can just go from one thing to another, hop, skip, and a jump. Keep it up, gang. Y'all are clever. I cast SCP-914. It's a 10-cost artifact with tap and pay 2. Pick one, destroy target non-land permanent, or put X +1/+1 counters on target creature you control, X being that creature's power. You know, if 914 were going to do a magic card, that is the best way you could do it. Although you'd have to have like a dice or something, because there has to be like a 10% chance that what you used it on would be transformed into something worse or something unusual, because, you know, that machine is kind of unpredictable. Even if you put it on very fine, you might get something weird that one night might not consider actually very fine. SCP-4521 in your universe, thank you for donating again. Yes, I can. Usurps your tree. Nay! Nay! Has security. Security! Has 4521 shown any changes? Has SCP-4521